It's motherfucking science. It's motherfucking science. It's motherfucking science.
Alright, for this paper, I'm going to divide this into 4 sections. These are things that I think are contextually important. 1, we're going to look at the membranes of the individual components. It's the structure. 2, we're going to look at the protein machinery embedded in the membranes. One of them, really. 3, we're going to look at the mechanism to control ATP synthesis. Last, we're going to look at the polymerization of actin. Researchers have been trying to put together synthetic cells for some time now. This pursuit is motivated by several things. The origin, requirements of complex self-organization of life. More monetarily directed is to create biotic machinery to perform tasks like decomposition, breakdown of oil, petrochemicals, the synthesis of chemicals. These are already used in waste management in the pharmaceutical industry. This paper focuses on an artificial cell that they created using specific protein machinery that allows them to engage in photosynthesis, and more specifically for the photosynthesis to be controlled. Cellular membranes consist of a phospholipid bilayer. It's kind of like polar tadpole-shaped molecules, if you will, back to back, facing away from each other. This creates a polar surface externally and on the interior. This membrane acts as a barrier to ions and larger molecules from potentially entering the cell. This implementation has 2 main lipid structural components: the cell's barrier and then the smaller organelles membrane barrier. It's important to note that 3 different flavors, here we say phases, of the membrane were produced. This is to control how attracted or repulsed the actin would be with the membrane. The principle is to make cellular membranes that have certain sections that have different properties. This way we can localize interactions with the actin. I'm a dude, I used to work in childcare. You know, if you're on the playground, if a kid grabs your shoulder, it's cool. But if a kid grabs your butt, I'm going to fucking jail. I just want to specify actin was the child, I'm the membrane. I'm going to stop now. The organelles membrane is similar to that of the larger cell, with the addition of 3 components. 2 different photoconverters, plant-derived photosystem II, and from bacteria, proteorhodopsin. These are the primary operators in the control system. The third is ATP synthase. It's attached to the membrane of the organelle. This enables the protons pumped inside the organelles the production of ATP from ADP. Photosystem II is a large protein complex involved in photosynthesis in the presence of oxygen. This is exactly a mechanism that common plants utilize. Proteorhodopsin is actually a class of photoactive proteins. This one specifically coming from bacteria, and it is significantly smaller than photosystem II. It's a single protein. An example of this in nature you might be familiar with is in phytoplankton. In that instance, proteorhodopsin is a light-mediated proton pump. The clever design of the system lays in the different wavelengths of light that react with the photomembrane proteins. Blue and red light activate photosystem II, while green light interacts with proteorhodopsin. The 2 membrane components also exhibit divergent pH-specific behaviors. At high pH, proton pumping is in unison from both protein machines. At a lower pH, proteorhodopsin switches directionality. The concentration of the membrane components was chosen so that proteorhodopsin effectively controls these photosystem II's action. Photosystem II is pumping in protons, and proteorhodopsin is like, get that shit out of here. Utilizing various colors of light, the artificial cell can be directed to pump in ions or to greatly impede this action. These ions are utilized at the site of our third component, good old ATP synthase. This membrane VP, with the help of said pumped ions, turns adenosine diphosphate into adenosine triphosphate. This is good. ATP is like the currency of energy to cells. The last part of this is the polymerization of actin. So we've created some ATP. The intracellular space, outside of the organelles but inside the cell, was filled with G and F actin, like little Lego building blocks. Both of which, with a little help from ATP, Filaments grew into a mass, a sphere. The actin was attracted to the interior of the membrane. This deformed the membrane, similar to the mechanisms in cell migration. I see this as a solid step forward. Props to the clever choice of photoactive protein complements. I do feel like they got the actin polymerization for free. And though by free, I mean they made an artificial cell with different photoreactive proteins and then okay, anyways. The cell survived for 3 days at room temperature and significantly longer at lower temperatures. I would state that this artificial cell is not completely alive. So we define life as something possessing metabolism that self-replicates. However, it is clearly shown that we possess the capacity to manipulate photosynthesis in such small biotic devices.
That's motherfucking science. It's motherfucking science.